But away we go, and Duncan looks like he's got a drop this time. He's going to put the elbow in, Storm Stacey, then up the inside, and it is Duncan then. Oh, Blakeman up the inside, clips Stacey. Blakeman absolutely nailed round the inside of there. He was there, it was his corner. Storm Stacey really well to stay on. So Blakeman from, looks like the number 7 of Jamie Duncan. Then it's Jay Smith, then Pope. Oh, I do hope we've got a replay of that first corner, because that was unbelievable from Blakeman.
Well done to Storm for staying on there, managing to save that. That's a fair bit of weight coming into that corner with Richard Blakeman.
He had a bit of momentum behind him, but he absolutely hooked the inside line. Everybody else drifted wide, and Blakeman made the most of it. We've got a change for the lead. Duncan goes round the outside. So the number 7 of Jamie Duncan, he's at the front as they make their way up the step for the first time. Stacey then
returning the favour to Richard
the favour
there.
on Blakeman. So it is Duncan then that leads as they come off the off-road for the first time. He gets that number 7 Contract Solutions KTM to hook up. He has a look over his shoulder. Oh, that was all action. So I'd love to see that start again, because Blakeman just, we'll say, came out of nowhere, but everybody just drifted wide. Duncan decided he wanted the first turn and just had to hold it on a little bit longer to get across the front of Storm Stacey, as we see Ollie Pope have a bit of a moment in the background there. As Blakeman got himself around the inside and everybody else started to come in, Stacey got clipped. Blakeman then 3rd, Pope 4th, so he's put a past Jay Smith. Smith was out on a wet front in that first one, which explained his demise. Where did Hodgson end up?
Looked like Storm was going up the inside of Jamie there to go towards this final corner. He did, he got up the inside of him, but Jamie's not letting him have it.
Jamie shows him the outside of the track. So Storm will come straight back up the inside here, no doubt. No, he runs into the back and he's down. He's down, Stacey goes down.
Clipping the back of Duncan there.
Well, Jamie.
He did well to stay on to Jamie.
I'm not saying anything there, and all of a sudden we've got a change at the front. Blakeman leads from Jay Smith. This is edge of your seat stuff. In fairness to Jamie Duncan there, it was his corner to do what he wanted with. He knew that Storm Stacey was going to be coming back up the inside, and he closed that line off. There's the replay, the Bathmate replay then. And Stacey just getting hooked up in the back. Knocks the bike out of gear for Duncan, and Blakeman takes the lead as they go up the step up. So it's Blakeman then from Jay Smith. Fantastic racing. Let's just see if how long it took Stacey to get back up. That replay then brought to you by Bathmates. One of our prime sponsors here for men's health products. From their website, follow their links, and everything that purchased off that from that link will go to help support the series.
It looks like Storm's dropped back to 14th, so it must have taken him a little bit to get back up and get going again.
And Jay Smith looks like he's making a run down the inside of Blakeman. So that ex-Mike Reiner Schmidt 450 Honda then finds its way to the front. Blakeman back to 2nd, Duncan 3rd, Pope still in 4th. Now, I don't even know where Jay Smith managed to get past Ollie Pope, but what a fantastic race. Who's in 5th?
5th, we've got Chris Hodgson.
So Hodgie's making his way through. Jason tucks the front. Hodgson's going to have something to say in this. Richard Sharp in 6th, Hillier 7th, Mulaney in 8th. So the Humber Garage Honda then across the line, pulls the tear off. Those 3 are broken away at the front. 1:22, we were doing 38, 16 seconds a lap faster on a track that is actually a little bit longer maybe. Obviously I haven't got the Nadgery bit on the top of the off-road, but it just goes to show you the speed.
Storm's made his way back up to 9th position from 14th in one lap.
He's
so
about 10 seconds adrift though, so but he loves coming with a bit of camera with him in the interval. And he absolutely loves coming and racing with these guys. Utmost respect for all of them. And that's Richard Sharp in 4th. We lost somebody out of that lead battle.
Looks like Chris Hodgson's dropped down to 7th.
We lost Ollie Pope. So Pope is the one that's gone missing. I thought that I saw Richard Sharp in the background. ahead of the, there he is, look, that's Sharp. So the gap then between Jay Smith, Richard Blakeman, you see on screen, 0.6 of a second. Oh, this is cracking racing, makes our job so much easier. So Smith across the line. Blakeman second, Duncan third. Duncan still not giving up this one. We saw Smith drop back in the first one. He ended up finishing. He finished fifth in race one, but he didn't brave the front wet. The front slick. Went with the conservative option. And fastest lap then. At the moment is Jay Smith, 1:21.493. Be interesting to see what Storm Stacey's doing in traffic.
He's just done a 1:21.422, so not a massive gap.
He's not going to catch our leader at that rate. Jay Smith gapping out at the front, but keep your eye on the 217, Bathmate Husqvarna and Richard Sharp. He's very much in this one. Newfound confidence from Richard Sharp. Always knew that he had the speed to run with these guys over the first few laps, but now knows he can go a full race distance with them, and he's starting to close in on Jamie Duncan. Right on him. If Duncan runs that wide line on the next lap, I can see Sharpie getting up the inside there for that pass. A fat and fast KTM then, a Richard Blakeman scrambling for grip. But Smith, I wouldn't say he's comfortable, but he's certainly enjoying a decent run. Hodgie now up to 5th. So 17-time British champion Chris Hodgson on the Automotive Solutions Husqvarna up to 5th, but he's 10 seconds adrift of our race leader. So 5-8 race scores today so far for Chris Hodgson. Not the weekend that he was hoping for. Was quite open to say that the crash between himself and Ollie Pope was just one of them racing deals where both of them wanted the same bit of track. So here's Sharpie down the inside of Jamie Duncan as they make their way up to the corkscrew. And Sharpie is through up to 3rd. And Duncan, after showing Storm Stacey the outside of the track and tangling up with the British Superbike star, holding on to the lead. He's dropped to 4th. I wonder if he's got still got a couple of machine issues, because I know that they were having a couple of technical problems in the paddock earlier on, from what you were saying, Danielle.
Yeah, they ended up swapping over all big bits from the spare bike to the race bike, so big job between qualifying and race 1 to get that done. Probably still ironing out a few of the kinks from that. It looks like Oliver Pope has possibly retired. He hasn't started climbing back up through the ranks. He's still showing an R timing as 17th, so he's possibly retired from this race. Yeah, Ollie will.
If Ollie's thrown it at the scenery, then he will just drawn stumps on that one. So that's a shame for him, because obviously qualifying on pole, I think that's probably the first time he's done that at the British Championship. But Jay Smith then getting everything he can handle from Richard Blakeman, and we know what Blakeman's like when it comes to making a pass. He's got the backside right over the rear mudguard. Duncan dropped 1.7 seconds on Richard Sharp on that lap, so whatever problems the Scotsman has got, we'll try and wiggle around and have some chats with him between races. We're going to have a break coming up, I think, after this one. But Smith then from Blakeman, from Sharp.
Stacey improving his fastest lap, now dropping down to a 1:20.121, being the only rider out there to break the 1:20 mark.
He's on the back of Chris Hodgson, but they're battling for. They're going to be battling for 5th and 6th, and they're a long way off this front group. We've lost Richard Sharp. We're looking at the thing there. Where did Sharpie go? It looks like we've lost Richard Sharp somewhere.
Richard trying to look up the inside there around South Bank.
I did not see that on screen, so if we've got that tucked away anywhere. And we've lost our 3rd place man, Richard Sharp, so it is now Blakeman and Smith Blakeman up the inside, trying to open the door, letting Jay Smith know that he's there. Duncan third, Sharp did come across the line in fourth, so whatever Richard Sharp did, it isn't going to cost him massively. He's now 7 seconds adrift. Storm Stacey then up into fifth past Chris Hodgson. So Smith having to cover the inside, and this is where Blakeman's going to make the pass. Up the step. Oh, they're going to go. Blakeman's got him. No, he's not. Smith's going to hold on. Oh, Blakeman nearly goes down, having a look over his shoulder.
Very sideways.
Oh, Jay
stalled.
Blakeman leads. Jay Smith stalled it. Is he getting going again? Oh, you can't write this. This is fantastic racing. Smith's still, hold on. Smith's there, still there in second. So Richard Blakeman is going to come across the line. He nods. He gets the last lap flag. But you know that he's going to be laughing inside that helmet, and I hate saying that, but that is just absolutely fantastic. Such a bad run of luck for Jay Smith. He did nothing wrong really there, and but Blakeman will properly picked his pocket. Did Jay just have just coughed? It just stopped. It's so easy done. The Bathmate replay then showing the moment that Jay Smith relinquished the lead. He's still there in second, but that'll be valuable points. Blakeman finished third in the first one, so a 1-3. Duncan is there in third. Stacey in the back of Hodgson. He was right on the back of Richard Sharp as well. Hodgie 10 seconds adrift, so Chris Hodgson definitely got issues.
Great recovery ride from Storm though, to bring it from almost dead last back up to fifth, so he should be happy with that.
Blakeman overshoots that outright, so that I didn't notice that the first time. There is definitely a proper decent burn there. It isn't clear on the until I just saw Blakeman ride over it. I just thought that was a flat inside line. But Blakeman then, that is a fantastic result then for the number 54 Fast KTM. He was nodding, he's going to be well happy with that. Saw his mum in the paddock earlier on. Christine Smith will hold on for second. Stacey got up to third. So what happened there? We've lost Richard Sharp on the final lap somewhere. So whether Stacey put a pass in out of sight, so everything changes. So it's Blakeman from Smith, from Storm Stacey, from Jamie Duncan, from Hodgson, from Sharp. What a race. Andy Mitchell comes across the line. He'll take 10th. Jack Nation just having a bit of a last minute battle then with Peter Bennett. Well, that's British Supermoto at its finest. The Trips.uk British Supermoto champion dealing some fantastic racing. There's Ollie Pope, so Ollie did get going again. Harley Sharp comes across the line. Paul Rhodes bested the 44 of Josh Jasper, and here comes Ollie Pope. So he's not had the best of days. 155 Chris Walker, the proprietary of our Trips.uk sponsor, his company then, a hire of motorhomes and campers up here in the north of England. So visit their website to see their prices and availability. They've got some lovely units available.